guys, welcome back to Bren's Beauty Boutique. I'm Bren. Thank you so much for joining me for part 15 of the Hooded Eyes Diaries. Today we're going to be using the NATASHA DENONA BIBA palette. Really excited to dive into this palette. You guys, I've had it for a while. If you've been watching me, you saw me haul this palette not so long ago, but it seems like forever, and I haven't even played in these colors yet. Hadn't swatched them, nothing. This is the first time that I've actually played around in this palette, and I'm really enjoying it, as I usually do her palettes. With that said, if you'd like to know how I created this look, please stick around and let's get started, my friends. Here we go. As usual, I've already primed my eyelids, and I also shaped, filled in, and set my eyebrows. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this, my friends. First color we're going into is called Tusk. It's a light beige color. Probably won't even be able to see it on the brush. We're going to put that color in our crease, above our crease, and generally all over the lid, leaving a little bit of space between the eyebrow and this color. No need to be too fussy here, my friends. Just get that color on there. Just a nice transition shade. And most of the colors from this palette that we're going to be using today are the matte shades. Next we're going into the color Buff. That's she calls this an antique rose shade. And we're going into the crease and above the crease with this shade. Get the majority of the pigment right in the center of your socket line or your crease. If you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to go into your socket line. And we're just going to swirl that color around in there. I want this color to be fairly deep, so I'm concentrating the majority of the pigment right there on the center. Then we'll bring it in toward the nose, do some circular motions in that little pocket, and we'll bring it back out toward the edge, and we'll buff that out ever so slightly now that most of the pigment is off the brush, and we'll also bring it down onto the lid. Now we're going to go ahead and just buff that up toward the brow bone into the first shade, just to kind of feather that color out a little bit, so we have no harsh lines. Just keep buffing that out until you're happy with your blend. Now moving on, using our Sigma E55 brush, we're going into the color Pasha, kind of a rusty red color, and we're going to pack that onto our mobile lid. Pack that color on there. Getting the majority of the pigment on the middle of the mobile lid, graduating out to each side. Make sure you get into that inner corner a little bit. Just really pack that on there. Try to get that as close to the lash line as you can. And then once the majority of that pigment is off the brush, I like to use some tapping motions and bring that color up and out. Graduating that line up and out. Then just kind of sweep it across and up. Then we're going to take our Morphe Jaclyn Hill number 43 brush, a nice flat square brush, dipping into the color Spot, just a nice matte black shade. We're going to put that right on our upper lash line and our lower lash line as well. Press it in. All the way across. we're going to do our lower lash line. Same thing. Right up under the lash line. Then we're going to continue using that same color spot, that matte black. We're going in with our Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush number 39. All we're doing here is continuing on that outer edge, following the line of our lower lash line. And we're just doing little circles there. And then you're going to bring it in onto the mobile lid, kind of feathering that out. Bring it back down a little bit onto the lower lash line. Bringing that color onto the outer edge of the eye really widens the eyes, makes the eyes look bigger and more awake. And then using that same brush, we're dipping into the color Sculptor, and that's kind of a matte gray. We're going to soften that line, starting on the outer edge as usual, packing it on. I always kind of turn my brush a little bit as I go to get all of that pigment off the brush, and then sweep it in. Bring it up, just like we did with the black color, the color spot. Want that to be nice and soft. We're basically just dulling that black color a little bit here on the outer edges. I want a smoky effect, but I don't want a dark smoky effect, if that makes sense. I really like this gray, especially over that, that color spot, that black color. I think it's really beautiful. Then we're going to take our Wayne Goss brush again. I don't have anything on this brush, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Just blend everything together. Soften all our edges. We're going to go in now with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush number 42, small detailing brush, and we're dipping into the color Shine, kind of a champagne-y metallic color, and we're going to put that on our inner corner. Ooh, that's really pretty, huh? I'm going to go down onto the lower lash line ever so slightly, graduating that shimmer in with those other colors on the lower lash line, and doing the same thing on the upper lid. Just blend everything together as we go. I find it easier to kind of blend my colors as I put them down instead of waiting until the end and blending everything together. I find that sometimes that can muddy things a little bit, but to each their own. Whatever works for you. I'm going to put a little bit of that color in the arch of the brow as well. Checking to see if we're even here, you guys. Sometimes it's tough to get things perfectly even when I do one eye first, but I sure do try. Alright my friends, so this is the final look. I put on a few false lashes, I put some mascara on the top and bottom lashes, and I also added some Fake Awake in my waterline. Now, I did use these false lashes that I had picked up from Yes Style. If you guys saw my Yes Style haul from Korea, you saw these lashes in there, and they're the 3D fashion eyelashes. They look like so, and I really like them. I did have to cut them down just a little bit to fit my eyes. They were a little wide, but I really like them. They're kind of subtle. They're not super va-va-voom. I really like them. I feel like they make me look like I have really thick lashes. Yeah, so that completes the Hooded Eyes Diaries Part 15. We're going to call this maybe a classic smoky eye. That's kind of what it turned out to be for me. I really enjoy this look a lot. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you're not already subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and become part of the Bren's Beauty Boutique family here on YouTube, I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Ring that bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. I'm always grateful for you carving a little time out of your busy day to spend some time with me. Thanks, guys. I love you. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.